Recording in progress.
Hi, I'm Katie.
And I'm Koli. Welcome to the S3U Coven podcast, little witch detectives.
Oh, sorry. So the audio just now, it got a little grainy. Um, I don't know if it's gonna record that way or if I'm just hearing it that way.
I turned it off just in case.
Hmm. Because we can start over if you want to. It was just that moment.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Hi.
Hi,
I don't know what's going on with the audio, but we're
we're
here.
here.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
My goodness. So I feel like it's been a minute since we've recorded.
It has been.
hmm Just a lot going on. The fall is very busy, I feel like.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, why don't we catch you guys up in our witch talk?
Yes.
Okay, so this is our witch talk. It's the corner of the intro of our show where we catch you guys up on what we've been up to. Uh, if you hear us giggling or laughing, it's because we talk every day, the two of us. So we already kind of know most of this stuff,
Yeah.
but I'd like to share it with you. Also I said that right at 11:11.
Yay.
Um, so I've been doing so much. I'm trying to remember what I left off with last time, but um, lots of fall activities happening in Georgia right now, despite the fact that none of our leaves are falling because it's 100 degrees outside. Um, but global warming aside, if you guys know, the South has been kind of going through it weather-wise, so. That's been going on, but then uh on Friday I my boyfriend came home from work and we were walking down and my apartment complex was giving away they were doing like a little mini apple fest.
hmm
So we got a bunch of apple treats and ciders and stuff for free, so that was really fun.
That's
Uh,
nice.
what else did I do? Oh, yesterday we went to the park because they were showing Halloween Town, and I love that movie because Debbie Reynolds is in it.
Yeah.
And I love her. So that was fun, but boyfriend and I went and got Taco Bell first and brought it with us to the park. So we had Taco Bell during the movie.
Nice.
And I was like, I love this spicy potato taco. While all these children were running around with their popcorn. Um, and then tonight I get to see Practical Magic. They're showing it at a really old theater in Atlanta. So we're all dressing up like the Owens sisters and going to see that, which will be really fun. I think it's fun to see it in theaters because it's such an old movie now.
Yeah,
But they're making a sequel, so
they are. I'm so excited.
I know.
Which Owen
But
sister are you dressing up as?
so Sabrina, my friend going with me, she and I always say that she's Sally and I'm Jilly.
hmm
So, um, but I unfortunately don't have a ton of stuff that I don't wear dresses very often, and they both love dresses and skirts in their wardrobe. So I am not positive what I'm gonna wear yet. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Um, because I want to be as accurate as possible because they do a costume contest and they give away free stuff to the people who win that are dressed the most like them.
Nice.
So, yeah, but I'm excited. Just October
Yay!
things. And then I was trying to think what else I got coming up. I am interviewing for a bunch of jobs right now, or like mid-stage interviews. I have three of them. So send some good vibes that I get a job whenever you're listening to this.
I had a dream last night that you got a job. So,
Really?
yes. I don't know which job it was, but you got a job.
If you guys know, Coley had a dream about my apartment before I moved into it.
Yes.
So her dreams are powerful. Yay! I'm so glad. That makes me so happy. So yes, all
Yeah.
of you start having dreams that I'm gonna
Yes.
be employed. Go.
Have
Because I
premonition
am so
dreams.
tired of not. Oh, visual listeners, I got a new piercing. She's very cute.
Yay!
Visual listeners, visual watchers, enjoyers, whatever you are. Yeah, she's cute. I got a little helix piercing. Um, because my piercer lady, I don't know why this keeps happening to me, but like free stuff keeps like announcing itself to me. But
Yeah.
my favorite piercer lady opened her own studio, and so she was doing free piercings and you just pay for the jewelry. Um, and I couldn't go because I had COVID. So I messaged her and was like, "Hey, I really wanted to go to your grand opening and whatever." And she was like, "No, I'll honor the deal. Just, make an appointment on the website." So I
Mm-hmm.
think on the actual jewelry, I think I only spent $10.
Nice.
So I was like, I just got a piercing for $10.
Yeah.
That's
And
good.
before anyone in the comments says anything, we already discussed the piercing with the hoop.
Mm,
It's okay.
yes.
So,
Verified with piercer.
verified with piercer. Don't make
Yeah.
any comments.
It's because I have a weird shaped ear, okay? Apparently it comes in handy in certain situations. So, but yeah, I think that's everything that I've been up to since we chatted last. What's been going on with you?
So, I got my third infusion on the 7th. Um, and hold on. And then I worked all day the next day.
Mm.
So I was like down for the count all week last week. I was so tired. I just slept all week.
I think you deserved to.
Yeah.
You needed some rest days for sure.
Yes.
Hmm.
And then let's see. Oh, I
Have we
was
recorded post Pooza?
yeah.
Okay.
Um, I think yeah, we
Probably.
recorded on the 30th.
Got you. I was
Um,
like, you did have that happen.
yes. Um, I met someone at her from Puza, ironically. We just didn't
Mhm.
cross paths. And we were talking for a couple weeks, and I just told her yesterday that, look, I don't feel the romantic spark. I just want to be friends. I'm sorry, that whole thing. And she was like, okay. So,
I think you handled it very well because I personally value when people reach out and say something like that versus
mhm,
just ghosting and disappearing.
yeah,
So, and it's cool that she was cool with it.
yeah. She
So,
apologized later, but or they apologized later. Um, but I was like, you have nothing to apologize for. It's not your fault.
hmm.
Um, so yeah. And then yesterday, I was supposed to have plans Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Mm.
Saturday, I didn't feel well, so I didn't go out. Um, Yesterday, I went antiquing with my friend, and then we went to Boboku's Burritos.
Oh, ooh, that sounds good.
They're so good. I got Nashville loaded fries, which are just curly fries with Nashville hot sauce, crispy chicken, queso,
There's gotta be some chicken in there.
yeah, queso, um, pickles, and ranch.
That sounds so good.
I'm sure you could get it without the chicken
I was
too.
about to say I would eat all of that even without the chicken. You just
Yeah.
put it in a bowl and I would just fist it into my mouth.
And I got jalapeno poppers. I ate the
Ooh, that sounds
jalapeno poppers and I brought the fries home because the jalapeno poppers filled me up.
good. Mm.
Um, yeah, that's I was supposed to see my friend Amy and her wife Piper today with their
Oh,
son
I like
Liam.
them.
Yeah. I was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to see the three of them today, but Liam's sick.
Oh,
So, yeah.
they're
His
sweet.
birthday was on the 7th. Her birthday's tomorrow. And then Piper's birthday is the 22nd.
Oh, that's so cute. They can kind of like celebrate as a family.
Yeah.
Oh, they're sweet people.
Yeah.
Um, your hair looks cute.
Thank you. Yes, I got my hair cut. Um,
Mm-hmm.
before Pooza, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But it was getting long and weird. Like whenever I laid on it, this part of my hair was out like this. So
I like it. I think the little like the buzzy look suits you.
yeah. I look
Oh,
like my mom with this hair.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
Because this
Um,
is the same haircut she had.
yeah, I just saw a picture on your aunt's Facebook of her not long ago. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
of her and your mom and
My grandma.
your grandma. And
Yeah.
for a second I was like, "Oh my God, is that Koli?" And then I was like, "No, that's not Koli."
No.
I was like, "Wait a second, no."
No, that's my
I was
grandma.
like, um, oh, well, yeah, I feel like we've had a lot of busyness going on lately. So,
Yeah. And the whole
but
reason we didn't record last week is because it was my turn to do the notes and I couldn't like get out of bed or be awake long enough to do them.
hmm.
So we pushed it to today and I did them partially yesterday, like morning, afternoon, because I didn't have to work because we were so slow.
Oh,
And
cold or something?
yeah,
Mm.
it's gonna be like in the 50s today. High.
Mm. Mm.
Um,
Cold.
yeah.
Mm.
Um, and the rest I did at 1 o'clock yesterday morning or this morning.
I know, because you texted me when you were finished and it was the middle of the night and I was like, oh my God. I was like, they stayed up all night. Our notes just take a while because we truly rewatch the episodes and
Yeah,
write down like every detail we see. So it takes a long time.
yeah. I didn't stay up all night though. I went to bed at like 7:30 and woke up at 12:30 and
Oh,
then
okay.
did the notes from there.
That makes sense.
I scrolled on my phone for a half an hour and then I did the notes.
As you could.
Yeah,
Hmm. All right. Well, I think that's everything.
that's everything.
Cool.
So, this is the corner of the show where we talk about what Mariska's been up to and SVU stuff. So, um, last weekend, Mariska went to the Hamptons International Film Festival. Um, yeah,
That sounds so fun, actually.
I know.
I want to do that.
I want to go to a film festival.
Mm-hmm. It'd be
And
fun, I feel
like,
like.
I'm only a few hours away from the Hamptons. I could conceivably go.
That's true. I wonder how expensive it is.
Yeah. It might be really expensive though, because it's the Hamptons.
Mm, true.
Um, SVU's back. We haven't recorded since SVU's been back.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. That's fun.
but SVU's back. Uh, we watch together every Friday morning. Um, I watch live on Thursday through Peacock, but Katie doesn't get the live thing for SVU. She only gets it for like football.
I know, which I'm like not complaining. I love football, but like, why?
Yeah. Um, and Kelly is back on the 17th. So, Thursday from when we're recording, last Thursday when you're listening to this.
Ah, I'm so excited. I wish they would just bring her back,
Me too.
but it should be good. This season has been very good.
Yeah. We're only 2 episodes in, but it's been phenomenal.
Yeah, it's been really good. Last week's episode was just fantastic.
Yeah. It's funny because
Um,
I was texting you, LOL, it's okay. And um I guess I didn't hit the space hard enough, so it didn't put the space in there. And
mhm.
instead of the S, I hit the A, so it spelled Lolita, and I was like, "Oh, that's funny," because SVU just mentioned Lolita
hmm
Thursday.
Literally the other day, someone or in the show was like, "Have you seen or was comparing it to Lolita?"
Yeah,
It's funny. Just universe things.
just universe things.
Um, but I'm glad Kelly's coming back for an episode at least.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know how much she's gonna come back, but I would like it if she would come back for like multiple episodes.
Me too.
That would be
And one
nice.
thing that grinds my gears about the cast, like the principal cast this season, is that Amy Donna Kelly isn't one of the principal cast, and she's Curry.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she should be, but
Yeah. I
that's
don't
just
know.
me.
Um, the new squad is still interesting to me. I'm still getting
Yeah.
used to it. But I like a lot of them, so we'll see. I also have been giggling because if you're like me and you watch like what everybody is wearing, I can't get over Mariska's jackets this season. They are so good.
Yes.
They
So
are so
good.
good.
So good. The blue
Um,
jacket she wore in the last episode
mhm. They're so, I
complemented
mean,
her skin tone so well, and she is so tan.
she's so tan right now. It is obnoxious, like in a good way. She looks amazing, but like
Yeah.
she is tan.
Yes.
Um,
She got
and then
sun this
also
summer.
I was laughing, whoever tweeted it. I wish I remembered your handle, but somebody tweeted how expensive her casual sweatshirt was that she was wearing, and it was
Yeah.
like $100.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I need Olivia Benson's like jacket person, sweatshirt person.
Yes.
Um,
And then we were talking about Ice-T's Gucci shirt, and I was like, well, remember, this is Finn's wardrobe, not Ice-T's.
I know, because my brain was like, I just showed up like that. He was
Yeah.
like, this is what I'm wearing today. But yeah, wardrobe people, I don't know if they're new, but they're killing it this season.
I
Um,
don't think Marishka's are. I think
mm-mm.
the Closet Files have always done her wardrobe.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know about Finn's.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to think that Ice was just like, today's the day. And he put all of his best Gucci on and was
Yes.
like, I'm coming, I'm working like this.
Yes.
He's so funny. I've been watching his true crime show a lot because it's on all the time.
Hmm.
And he cracks me up because he talks in his Finn voice on it.
Oh,
And it's
really?
Ice more Finn. Yeah, that's what I've decided. Before I thought he was just like trying to be more official, but I think he just channels
Finn.
Finn when he's filming it because he talks just like him. Um, I think it's called in Ice Cold Blood. If anyone's interested in
Yeah.
watching it, it's very funny.
Oh,
Um,
another thing that happened in my witch
hmm,
talk. So we're gonna go back really quick. I ordered
okay.
new glasses because I lost both of my pairs of glasses. They're
Uh,
somewhere in my room, but I don't know where. And I need glasses to see because
mhm.
everything's getting blurry now.
No,
So I need glasses. And I'm just
they're
waiting for
coming
them
though,
to
right?
get here. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. We love glasses.
Yes.
Oh, all right. I think that's all for SVU,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so this is our little astrological weather report for you. I actually don't have much differences except we are out of eclipse season finally. So you may have noticed or are about to notice that whatever was supposed to be happening in your life post eclipse is kind of going to be happening really fast now. So, for example, in my case, I'm like, ooh, my new job is coming. I don't know what she is, but she's on the way. So, like things like that, things you've been working towards, expecting, whatever. Um, or even in relationships, if you are trying to grow a certain way, or maybe break up with someone, or in something with someone, or start something new, you may see that those patterns are going to be coming in a lot faster.
Yeah.
Um, and then also, we are officially in Jupiter retrograde. So that kicked in kind of post eclipse, I believe, and we will be in Jupiter retrograde until February 4th of next year, obviously. So, the main takeaway with that, signs that are ruled by Jupiter, like Pisces and Sagittarius, you may find a bigger shift. If you have placements in Pisces or Sagittarius, you may feel it a little more deeply. But for most people with Jupiter, it's more of a planet around finances, around abundance, and things like that. So you may find in the next few months an increase in your finances or some unexpected money coming your way. That wasn't before, because think yesterday you weren't having all this money come in. Jupiter is going to go retrograde and change that effect. So it can
Yeah.
actually work in the positive. People hear retrograde and often think it's something bad just because of our girl Mercury, but it is not always bad. And we actually have a lot of planets in retrograde. Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are also retrograde right now. So everything is kind of shifting.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to apply it to the world, or just maybe the Southeast, during eclipse season is when we had Hurricane Helene blow through. During eclipse season is when a chemical plant blew up in Georgia, and toxic chlorine gas was everywhere. And then during the eclipse, we had the second hurricane come.
Yes.
So, uh, even outside of just like your personal life, the weather can affect a little bit more
Yeah.
astrologically. So, um, keep all that in mind and embrace the changes as they're rapidly coming to you, and just kind of remember that everything works out best case scenario. So if
Mm-hmm.
you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed with it right now, it all will be okay. Don't
Yeah.
worry too hard about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but that's about it. I feel like there's not a ton of updates other than that.
Hopefully, with the finances going up, that means that I'll get disability over the winter
Woo!
when I stop working.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Um, Woohoo! We have no.
Um, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So today, when we're recording this, is Indigenous Peoples Day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it used to be known as Columbus Day, but because Columbus is a piece of shit,
I was gonna say we
it's
don't
now
recognize that holiday on this
no,
podcast.
no.
Indigenous Peoples Day. I just
Indigenous
felt like it
Peoples
was important
Day.
to mention it since we're
Yeah.
recording on and I'm not sure if there's like resources I can post or anything, but I'll probably be posting a few infographics as I see them on our social media and stuff. So if you're interested.
Yeah.
But yeah, Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yes.
hmm October 14th, Monday,
Yes.
2024.
Yes.
We've done it. Um, okay, should I go on to the next thing?
Yes.
Okay, so this is super exciting. If you are in Atlanta or the surrounding areas, if you're not, you can keep listening though, because it's an exciting opportunity for us. So, um, a few years ago, I started going to these little underground witchy themed markets called Mystic District Market. And evidently, one of the girls that puts on these spooky markets is a fan of the show. So hi, if you're listening. But they reached out to us about raffling off some of our merch at their next market, which is going to be on October 19th. If you're interested in attending, I can get you guys some information on where to buy tickets. And they're going to be raffling off an SVU Coven hoodie and a tote bag and a sticker, I believe. Or the sticker might just come with it. I don't know if they're going to raffle off the sticker, but for sure the tote bag and hoodie. And Koli and I picked which designs to send over there. And so they're going to be doing all that. Unfortunately, I don't know that I'm going to be able to attend the market, so I probably will not be there. But if you're interested in um auction, is it betting? Not betting.
Um,
Entering the raffle to win
yes.
our stuff or the auction, however they do it once you're there. I can definitely send you some information on the event. It's not free to attend, unfortunately, but I do think they're a cool little organization that put together, and usually, like if you're in the queer space in Atlanta, you've probably seen some of their stuff or heard of them. We just had Pride over the last weekend here. So they do drag shows and some cool stuff, and it's kind of where all the cryptids and the witches and that kind of people congregate. So they're a really cool organization, and I feel like SVU Coven fits with their vibe very much. So,
It sounds a
but
lot like Lunar Fair
yeah,
up
it's
here.
similar. Uh,
Um, because Lunar Fair does drag shows and
mm-hmm.
um they actually have uh Lunar Queen who comes to every Lunar Fair and does a spell. It's
I
really
love that.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're local to Atlanta or in the South or what have you, definitely reach out if you'd like to go. I can send you that information. And thank you to the Mystic District people, girlies, for being interested in us and wanting to, sell our merch and stuff. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. And it also means officially there's gonna be SVU Coven merch in the wild that's not just me and Koli wearing it. So
Yes.
that'll be so fun.
Yeah.
Also, if it's you that got the merch, please send us pictures of you wearing it, using it, whatever. We'd love to see that.
Yeah. I wish Lunar Fair would do something like that.
I know that would be so cute. I want to go to Lunar Fair one year. I think I commented on either you or your aunt shared something about it, and I was like, I wish I could go.
Oh, that was
So
my aunt. We wound up not going to that fair.
sad. Um, but yeah, so Witchy Market, Atlanta, October 19th. If you're interested, our merch will be there.
Yes.
Um, Speaking of merch and other things, we are on social media. So if you want to give us a follow on Instagram, we are SVU Coven. I post there as much as I remember to. Um, and any like major updates or information, that's probably the best place to reach us, similar to how the Mystic District people did. They just DM'd us, because I feel like we're more likely to see it. However,
Hmm.
if you're not on Instagram, you can always email us at svucoven@gmail.com. Koli does check the email, so somebody will be responding. And it's a good place to reach us if you're interested in more business stuff, like being on the show, questions for us, running ads with us, things like that.
Hmm.
We also have a free Discord server. I really want to build like a community over there, because we could do like private events and stuff. So if you're interested, the link is in our Instagram bio. You can also email us and we'll send you a fresh link. I apologize if you hear cat screaming. My cat Dexter's screaming back there. Um, and then we do have, so if you're interested in buying our merch and you can't attend the market, it is through Fourth Wall, and the proceeds go to Fourth Wall as well as to us. And we put it back into the show. Koli and I designed all our merch ourselves, so we're really proud of it and we really like it and it's super cute. And if you wear any of it or buy a coffee mug or a sticker or anything like that, we would love to see photos of it. So you can always email us, tag us on Instagram, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. So, this is your episodic reminder to rate, review, subscribe, like, and comment. All five of those are really important for the algorithm. They tell the algorithm that you like us and they will boost us and other people will hopefully see us. Um, Rating and reviewing and subscribing are the most important things you can do on an audio only platform. Subscribing, liking, and commenting are the most important things you can do on YouTube. Um, Again, engagement helps regardless of what it is. Um, and I think on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, you can leave reviews/comments on each episode. So that would be really nice. So you can review more than once. And we have a coffee. So you can go on coffee and buy us a coffee. Give however much money you want. It's not mandatory, it's completely voluntary. Uh, and um oh, we put all that money back into the show and we appreciate the energy exchange on all of it.
Yeah. Um, Eventually I've been wanting to find a way to get like, because my friend Sassy on her Twitch stream, she uses coffee as well. And she has a way to like put it in the bottom corner of her little camera thingy. And
Yeah,
it has like a little, and I was like, I want to figure out how to do that. Because then you guys could just like tap on it.
tap on it. Yeah.
Um, Video editor people, if you know the answer to that, please just let me know.
Yes.
We use Zoom to record.
We use Zoom to record and we use Premiere Pro to edit.
Mhm.
Even though it doesn't seem like we edit much, we try to edit the long pauses out.
Koli's so nice to me. She says we like it's not just them doing it the whole time. So Koli edits.
Yes.
And it's so good you can't even notice we're editing.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, I thought that would be cute because you can put like a little handle or something in the corner, and I thought that might be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Are we ready to jump into things?
Yes.
Okay,
So, our self-love affirmation today comes from CoStar. We don't
nice.
subscribe to their astrology stuff, but they have really good little
Yeah, whoever does
sayings.
their notification bursts
Yeah.
is fun. Hmm.
And this is actually today's. I changed it from what I had last night, but I saw what today's was and I was like, "Oh, I like that more." So I put it down.
Hmm.
And it's you're allowed to be upset. Don't try to cover it up. And I feel like that's really relevant for me because the past couple days, like I learned about what repressed anger is, and my aunt said something about like the anger phase of healing. And I was like, it sucks. And it sucks even more when you have repressed anger
Hmm.
because you physically can't get angry. And when you do, you feel guilty.
Mm.
So this is like a good reminder for me. And I feel like it's a good reminder for people out there who may have repressed anger from childhood trauma or whatever. Um, yeah,
I'm gonna have to look that up because you were saying like feeling guilty when you get mad about something, and
yeah,
so it's almost like you don't feel angriness
yeah,
because I deal with a lot of that too.
yeah,
Um, I always feel bad when I get mad about something, and then people are like, "No, you have every right to be upset," and then I'm like, "But
yeah.
yeah,
I grew up in an environment where it wasn't safe to be mad. So
yeah."
that's where mine comes from. Um, I was allowed to feel one emotion when I was a kid, and that was happy. So, like, I couldn't cry, I couldn't be angry, none
I'd
of
be
that.
interested to see some statistics on repressed anger and millennials too.
Yeah, that'd be
As it,
interesting.
mm-hmm. But I love that because you should be allowed to be upset and feel vulnerable.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Shall we get into the notes?
Yay!
Okay. So today we are covering season 3, episode 21 of S3E21 Denial. Okay. So we open on a party and a woman weaving through people with a man behind her. She sets him out as he's protesting her leaving. She goes to get her coat, and when she opens the door, she sees a man standing over someone on the bed. The man shuts the door and tells her she can get her coat later. She moves him out of the way and opens the door again to find the man gone, but a woman still passed out on the bed. Um, Olivia is taking a statement from the woman who saw the man. She has incredible detail, and the man she's with asks how she remembers all that because she only saw him for a few seconds and it was dark. She says they've been examining eyewitness testimony in mock court and it's almost always unreliable, so she wrote it all down. Olivia asks if she was a law student, and she says yes, third year NYU. And she says if you find him, I can identify him. At the hospital, a doctor hands the essay kit from the passed out woman to Finn. The doctor said that there was plenty of semen on her essay kit. So she also mentioned the track marks between her toes and mentioned that she gave her Narcan to wake her up. A uniformed officer says they have a problem with the victim. Finn asks if there's no ID. He says, no, we know who she is. But then he pulls out a detached, decaying finger from her purse. And Finn is like, is that a finger?
I don't know why, but sometimes he just says things and it cracks me up more than it should.
Yeah. It's like, no, Finn, it's a pizza.
It reminds me of the John Mulaney bit where he just talks
Yeah.
about how Ice is always asking obvious questions.
Yes.
So
Um,
funny.
yeah. And then we done.
Dun dun.
So Kragan asks why their victim is carrying a human body part. Finn is at the hospital waiting to ask. Her name is Claire Renato, a 29-year-old heroin addict from across the river, Reed, Jersey.
Mhm.
Olivia says that Claire was probably in the city to score. She was arrested last year for possession. She got fines and court-ordered rehab. Her maternal grandmother, Rose Renato, took responsibility for her and paid the fines. And Kragan gives orders. Finn is at the hospital talking to Claire, who asks him what kind of name is Finn, and he says, it's mine.
That is the best possible response. If anyone ever asks you that about your name, say that.
It's mine.
It's mine. That's what kind of name it is.
He asks if she remembers anything about her essay, and she says no. She got to the party around 11 and was supposed to hook up with someone, but he never showed. Claire says his name isn't important. Finn says they should go back to the party house and check on the guy who lives there to see if he's the one who essayed her or gave her the drugs. Claire's looking for her purse, and Finn asks if she always carries a human finger around with her. Claire says she found it on the street the night before, and she put it in a baggie for safekeeping.
Why would you ever?
Yeah,
If I saw a finger on the streets of New York, my immediate thought wouldn't be to save it.
yeah. And put it into a baggie for safekeeping.
But I
Winter
digress.
examines the finger. As Ellie and Olivia walk in, she says it's official. The finger's dead. Olivia asks for how long. Warner says without knowledge of the conditions it was kept in and the rest of the body, she can guess 10 to 12 years. Warner says Claire didn't find it on the street because there's no dirt or signs of scavengers, and it's not from medical school because there's no formalin present. And Olivia says the body was stored somewhere that it was protected. Warner says they need to find the body so she can tell them how the baby died. She says the baby was Caucasian, between 20 months and a little over 2 years.
A little over.
Yeah. Ellie and Olivia execute a search warrant on Rose's house for the body. Rose says they have access to the common rooms and Claire's room only. She's been through this before. Claire is having trouble connecting with her mother. Claire's mother, Grace, thinks Claire is willful, and if she really wanted to quit drugs, she would. Whenever the two of them get together, there's always a fight. Grace lives in Alphabet City. Go to talk to Ellie and Olivia. Wow. Go to talk to Grace and asked what she and Claire thought about. Grace says same old, same old. When Elliot tells her that Claire was recently SA'd, Grace says that if she was high, it was her fault, and she was asking for it. Olivia says no one's ever asking for it, and she brings up the finger, and that Claire said she found it. Grace says with the company she keeps, she probably did. Finn and Claire are waiting on the guy who threw the party. When he shows up, Claire says that it's not the guy who gave her the sample. Finn shows Claire and the guy a sketch and asks if they know him. Claire identifies him, and the guy says that he saw him, but he doesn't know his name, only that he came with a waitress at the diner a couple blocks away. Finn goes to the bar. Wow. Finn goes to the diner.
Diner.
Yes. I almost said bartender.
To talk
to the waitress and gets a name from her, Arthur Felton. He's a car broker. Finn goes to arrest Arthur. The DNA came back on the finger, and it's a familial match to Claire and Otto. Ellie and Olivia interrogate Claire about the finger. Claire says...
It's a funny sentence.
Claire says the finger belonged to a little girl named Lisa, her sister. Claire took care of Lisa and pretty much raised her, taught her never to cry. One day, Claire had to stay after school, and the sitter was busy, so she couldn't keep her longer. And when Claire got home, Lisa was dead. Elliot asks where the body is, and Claire says Grace put her in an old trunk and put her in the bedroom closet. Ellie and Olivia go to talk to Grace while she's at work. Grace denies even the existence of Lisa and doesn't give them permission to search her home. Finn is out to lunch to Claire at a decently nice restaurant, and I say that because they have tablecloths.
Decently nice.
Yes.
You know, Waffle House puts out tablecloths once a year. They really do. On Valentine's Day, they make it nice in case you're coming in for your date.
That's so nice. But most restaurants don't have tablecloths.
No.
Claire wants to go. She's tired. Finn offers her a cot in the squad, but she says no. Finn says she needs to stay in the city while they sort some things out. She says fine, she'll be at the Lydia Hotel. Finn says it's a junkie whore hotel that charges by the hour. Claire says Finn doesn't scare her with his retro ponytail and that he looks like a pimp. He just needs a feather hat and a crushed velvet suit. Finn takes it and says he's just waiting for her to stop. She's hurting, so she lashes out. Finn says he doesn't understand her pain. He didn't see his sister stuffed into a box and put in the closet like an old pair of shoes. He asks Claire if she likes being a junkie, and she says yes. He looks at her arm and doesn't see track marks. She shoots up between her toes.
Yeah.
He asks her why to hide it if she's so proud, and she says it's the only time she feels good about herself. It's the only time she sees Lee's face when she's high. Um, Olivia says Finn's attitude baffles her. He either believes Claire or he doesn't. He says he learned a long time ago that most of the things addicts in active addiction say aren't true.
Mm.
Um, Cragen says Grace is given permission for the police to search her apartment. The next afternoon, after she gets home from work, Cragen gives orders for a stakeout. Ellie and Olivia are sitting on Grace's house, waiting for her to get rid of evidence. Olivia says Ellie's coffee smells good, and he offers her some, but she says she can't. Coffee runs right through her.
So she'd have to go pee.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny when they leave little human things in there, but never once have you ever seen them actually go to the bathroom
Yeah.
or like need to go to the bathroom.
It's funny though, because she says coffee runs right through me, so she can't. But through the entire rest of the series, except for season 8, she drinks coffee. And in
Maybe she
season
just
8,
didn't
she
want
drinks
Elliot's
tea.
coffee. She was like, ew,
Yeah.
no.
Um, Finn is waiting for Grace outside in the shadows. Grace comes out carrying a garbage bag. She throws it in the dumpster and walks away. Finn checks the garbage bag and tells Ellie and Olivia to take her and to call the morgue in CSU. Ellie and Olivia arrest Grace. And we have a spell break.
Okay.
So this is coming out on October 21st. The color of the day is white, and the incense of the day is rosemary. And this is called Apple a Day. Today is National Apple Day. This beautiful fruit is sacred in some pagan traditions. It represents magic, the five elements, and the mysteries of life and death. Celebrate this holiday by doing something with apples. You don't have to have your own apple tree. The best way is to visit an apple orchard where you can pick your own apples and enjoy products such as apple cider. Give
I did that.
thanks to the earth and the apple trees for their abundance. In many areas, fall weather supports planting apple trees in your yard. Choose trees suited to your environment. Planting two different varieties gives better pollination. In case of inclement weather, you may prefer working indoors. Read about the sacred and magical uses of apples, or study heirloom apple cultivars. You could also cook with apples. Take time to cut one in half between the stem and the blossom end to observe the pentacle inside its core. Invite your friends over for an apple ritual. And that's by Elizabeth Barrett.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Um, I I'm not a pumpkin person, but I am an apple person. So when we go
Yeah.
into the fall, I love doing stuff with apples because I think they're just so yummy, but also they make really good offerings. So
Yes.
spell work with apples is cool.
You want to know something funny?
Huh.
My aunt's not a pumpkin person either. She's more of an apple person like you. But
Hmm.
George, her boyfriend, is
I
uh
love yours.
loves pumpkin spice lattes, so she
Mm.
calls him her basic bitch.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I love them. George is so funny. When I met him, he just started making me coffee because he heard that I liked coffee and it was so nice. I was like, he's just such a nice, funny guy.
He is.
And also, like, picture white man, and there you go.
Yes.
And so calling him a basic bitch is funny.
Yeah. Um, so Finn is at the morgue where Melinda is degreasing the bones. And
Degreasing.
yeah, that doesn't sound happy.
No.
Melinda introduces Finn to their forensic anthropologist who is working on a visual representation of Lisa's face from the bones because there's no pictures of the victim and you need visuals for trial. Cause of
Mm.
death, Lisa was stomped.
Ooh.
Yeah. Grace is blaming the murder on Claire, says she was jealous, was asking questions about her father because Grace and Lisa's father were going to work out a custody agreement. Grace says she was out when Claire beat Lisa. Olivia asks why she would leave Claire alone with Lisa if she didn't trust her, and then asks why she didn't get Claire help. She says she did help her. Her secret was safe with Grace. You okay?
Yes, sorry. I am Dexter's like up high on top of a chair, so I just keep looking over at him to make sure he's not going to hurt himself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
That's
get
all.
paranoid, so I just ask.
All good.
Ellie and Olivia do a background check on Grace and Claire to find out which one is lying. Cragen asks Alex if she wants to vacate the charges against Grace while they try to nail her to the wall. Alex says no, she has enough to go to trial. Everything else is gravy.
Mm.
Um, Alex asks for remand and is using rhetoric to make her point. Petrovsky says it's one of her more endearing qualities and tells the lawyers to approach. Petrovsky says that she expects to see Claire charged as a co-conspirator by the end of business that day. Alex says she doesn't have the right or the authority to tell the DA's office who to bring charges against. Petrovsky looks offended and tells the attorneys to step back rather sternly.
Yeah. Mm.
Alex asks again for remand, and Petrovsky denies it. Wow, I misspelled Petrovsky so bad.
It's a hard one.
It's not even like I know how to spell it, but like I have capital P E and then TROF I can't even speak. Never mind. We're just gonna move on.
Provskky.
Yeah.
With
Petrovsky
the
denies
capital
it.
P.
Yes. Um, $300,000. Alex argues with her until she finds herself in contempt and in a jail cell.
Hmm.
Donnelly comes to bail Alex out, but Alex says she's not going anywhere. She wants Petrovsky censored or thrown off the bench. Donnelly tells her that she's not dull, she'll give her that. And Donnelly essentially tells Alex that she needs to prosecute Claire because she found evidence that says Claire was prone to uncontrollable rages. Donnelly already filed charges against Claire.
Mm.
Finn goes to Jersey to arrest Claire at Rose's home. Rose asks what's going on. Finn gives her the rundown and says bail will be about $300,000 and she needs 10%. Asks if she can get that. Rose talks to Alex and says Claire didn't kill her sister. Alex says Rose didn't even know she had one. Claire's attorney tells Rose where to go to post Claire's bail and tries to get Alex to drop the charges against Claire. She says her hands are tied, and he hands her a motion and says maybe a different judge will untie them.
Mm.
Which it's possible because the whole reason her hands are tied are because of Petrovsky.
Right.
Claire is late to the motion hearing. Alex says she's willing to reschedule, but the judge issues a bench warrant for Claire's arrest.
Mm.
Finn is big mad that Claire was even charged in the
The
first
big
place.
man.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Alex says it wasn't her call, but she can't ignore the fact that she lied to them, and Finn shouldn't either. Finn asks for some time. He thinks she may be at the Lydia.
Mm.
Finn finds her at the Lydia and overdosed on heroin.
Yeah.
He calls a bus and brings her into the shower and turns on the cold water, which wakes her up. And I did a little deep dive on this because I was like, how can cold water reverse uh overdose.
Yeah.
Um, this can work, but it can interrupt the respiratory system, and it's better to give rescue breaths.
Mm.
Um, like it can negatively interrupt the respiratory system.
Yeah, that makes
So,
sense.
yeah.
I get why it would be a gut impulse to do it though, because it does reset your nervous system,
hmm
but I didn't know if it was actually that effective.
I didn't either, and I had to do a lot of research to even find that much information on it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because a lot of what I was reading was like that in fentanyl and that in different things. And obviously,
Yeah.
Narcan works better and should be used instead. But like at this time, um, Narcan wasn't freely available like it is today.
Right.
And the cops weren't carrying it like they do now.
That's fair.
Because now they carry it because of fentanyl overdoses.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Finn is sitting with Claire in the hospital. When she wakes up, she pulls the IV out of her hand and tells Finn he can leave. Finn says she's in serious trouble. If she doesn't pay attention, she could go to prison. He then says he can't believe he fell for her act of caring for Lisa. Claire says he doesn't understand what it's like to have a mother who doesn't give a damn. Finn says the violins are going to start any minute. All the while, he's reading the newspaper or pretending to.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole time he's talking to her, he's just like flipping through the newspaper
You know.
casually.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Claire said that Lisa was all she had and she got unconditional love from her. Finn asked if she killed Lisa and she says no, but she couldn't protect her. Grace was too strong and told Claire if she didn't keep her mouth shut, she was next. She called her grandmother when she was alone, but her grandmother was recovering from a stroke and didn't believe her. Finn tells her it wasn't her fault, and Claire says Lisa counted on her to protect her, so how is it not her fault? Finn goes into Cragen's office and tells Alex what they can do for what can they do for Claire. Um, Alex says nothing. With her history of violent rages, a jury will find Claire guilty and she's going to prison. She said she could sell the fact that Claire wouldn't have taken the finger if she did it, if Claire had told someone. Grace had 3 kids, 2 are dead. Finn doesn't like the odds.
Mm-hmm.
They exhume the body of Grace's baby who died. The death certificate says crib death, but Finn is hoping they missed something. Warner explains SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, and says that 30 years plus, she can't promise she'll find evidence of something. So basically, with SIDS babies, everyone experiences sleep apnea. We all stop breathing during the night, but most of us know when to start breathing again. With
Mm-hmm.
SIDS babies, they don't know when to start breathing again and they die that way.
Gotcha.
Um, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, Melinda can't promise she'll find out evidence of smothering.
Right.
Ellie and Olivia bring Rose in to ask her the hard questions. She's only there to vouch for Claire, and Elliot says she doesn't like Grace. Like, he doesn't ask her, he's just like, you don't like Grace.
Point
Rose,
blank.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rose says Grace is her daughter. She loves her, and it's not her fault she is how she is. She's had problems since her father left. Grace is impatient. Rose recounts the night Anthony, the baby, died. Said by the time she got to the crib, he was already blue. That she checked on him because she was helping Grace with him. He was 2 months old when he died, but he was colicky and he cried all the time. Olivia said they were told Grace couldn't stand crying. Rose wants to know how any of this is going to help Claire. Elliot says that no one can help Claire. She's going to prison. All the jury needs to hear is that she's violent and she's doing 25 to life easy. Cricket knocks on the door, and Elliot and Olivia come out. Warner couldn't find anything to support infanticide. The hyoid wasn't broken. Crigan says Grace probably smothered him with a blanket. He's out of ideas. Elliot says let Rose talk to Grace at Rikers. They don't have evidence. They're going to need a confession. Elliot, Olivia, and Alex interrogate Grace and then bring Rose in. Grace says that Rose promised to take care of her when her father left since she's the one who drove him away. Rose says he was a lousy husband and a horrible father. Rose says she's tired of cleaning up her mess and that she's tired of her. That she sucks the life out of everything she touches, but she won't get Claire. Grace wants to know what the hell is so special about Claire. Rose says Claire never killed anyone. Grace says she didn't kill Anthony. Rose did by not taking him for one night. She never wanted Anthony. That it was Rose's idea to put him in the crib and wait to call the doctor. Rose says she did it to protect Grace. Rose says the only reason Claire's still alive is that she took her from Grace and wished she could have done the same for Lisa. Said she never should have covered for Grace. Grace said she did it for herself so the neighbors wouldn't gossip. Rose says she knows that and she lives with it every day. She stands up and asks Alex if she has what she needs. Alex says yes, she'll drop the charges against Claire as soon as they leave. And Alex says that she's not offering a deal and that she's going for the maximum. Elliot and Olivia arrest Rose for obstruction of justice in Anthony's murder. Olivia asks if they have to use the cuffs. Rose says, I'm responsible for the deaths of 2 innocent children. The handcuffs are appropriate. Finn meets Claire outside when she's released. He gives her a framed picture of the anthropologist's rendering of Lisa, her last excuse to not go to rehab. Finn says no more whining about how she has to get high to remember what her sister looked like. Claire says she'd hug him, but she can tell he doesn't like to be touched. Finn gives her the card of a place where she can go to get clean. Claire hugs him anyway and thanks him. Finn hugs her back after a moment. He closes his eyes and moved his head down to almost nuzzle into her. And we dick wolf.
It's a good Finny episode.
Yeah.
The Tutuola.
Yes. While Katie shuffles her cards, this is your second episodic reminder to rate, review, subscribe, like, and comment. They're all important and help the algorithm boost us and will show us to other people. And we have a coffee. If you want to give any money, you can go and donate there. It's not mandatory, it's voluntary. You can give however much you want. We put all that money back into the show. And we appreciate the energy exchange.
Okay, so I pulled the Queen of Cups. Yes. Okay.
Nice.
Just making sure. She's so pretty.
Yes.
I used the Trip and Wait tarot deck. If you guys are watching this and like the artwork of these cards, they're very pretty. So Queen of Cups to me is all about compassion and sensitivity. If you meet a Queen of Cups, it would be the kind of person that's very intuitive, that can pick up on emotions very well and knows when you're not okay. That kind of thing. If you're the Queen of Cups, you probably know that you are, such as people like Koli and I.
And
But
Mariska.
and
Mariska is very a Queen of Cups energy.
Oh, Stevie Nicks, all of
Yeah.
them. So when I pull Queen of Cups, to me, this really means it's an exercise in compassion. And it can even be compassion for yourself, compassion for other people, being in touch with your emotions and trusting your intuition. So if you have any big decisions coming up, or maybe, you've got a job offer that doesn't feel right, or you are on a date and something's not clicking, trust that feeling. Trust your intuition and let it guide you into these decisions and these situations. If something feels off, it probably is.
Yeah.
Um, or if something feels like it's simply meant to be, what's the best that can happen, you know?
Yeah.
And just kind of having compassion for yourself in stressful situations. We're all human. Sometimes we say things we don't mean, or things get miscommunicated. And, you know, or even if you get mad about something, having compassion for yourself to not feel guilty about it, like we were talking about before with our self-love affirmation. Um, so yeah, I like this card a lot for just in general. Plus, generally cups cards are positive. So if anything, know that it's a good card that you're walking away with. And
Yeah.
to trust that your cup is full or going to be. Um, so yeah, cool. If you're still hanging out with us, we are on social media, on Instagram in particular at SVU Coven. We would love it if you followed us over there. You can email us at svucoven@gmail.com, especially if you're interested in working with us in any capacity, whether that's being on the show, running an ad with us, sponsoring the show. Email's the best place to do that. We also have a free Discord server if you're interested in joining. You can find it in the link in our Instagram bio, or you can email us and we will send you a fresh link. It is free to join, and I've worked it out where the links no longer expire. So the one in our Instagram bio should work. And then also we have merch through Fourth Wall. The proceeds go to Fourth Wall as well as to us, and we put it back into the show. If you guys go to the Mystic District Market on October 19th in Atlanta, they are auctioning some of our merch off or raffling. I'm not sure how it all works, but if you happen to get some, please send us pictures either to Instagram or our email. We would love to see that.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I think that's everything.
Yay.
That's our show.
That's our show.
A little longer than normal, but we had a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Okay, well, I love you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.
I love you too. I'll talk to you soon.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.